time, Dane Fletcher.
Today's guest is someone I really respect, not just for what he's done or accomplished, but for who he is. Dane Fletcher grew up in Bozeman, Montana, and played college football at MSU, before making it to the NFL with the Patriots and the Bucs. After time in the league, he has built something pretty incredible with his gym, the Pitt, that is more than just weights and workouts. It's a place that builds community and confidence. He's a husband, a dad to 2 twin boys, and someone who has walked through big highs and some real transitions too. On this episode, we'll talk about life in the league and how it shaped him, how his roots in Montana kept him grounded, and what being a dad, husband, and business owner in his hometown looks like now. What's up, Dane?
Hi, AC. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. I know you have your own podcast, so you do this a lot, and I just really appreciate your time.
It's great. It's great being on the other side of it.
Yeah, now I get to ask you questions.
The pressure's on you.
Great. Now I can't mess up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys just heard a little bit about Dane. He's done a lot of cool things. He is a Montana boy. Before that was a weird TikTok thing, the Montana boys. Do you know that?
Yeah, I heard about it. I can't respect it. I don't know anything about, Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say anything negative. There was I guess it was the big rivalry game, MSU, I guess, versus, is it MU?
U of M.
Yeah, U of M.
Yep.
See, I'm not from here,
yeah,
so give me a little bit of grace.
Yeah.
But I did go, that was my very first game.
Oh, wow.
So that was a great game. One of our friends is on the athletic board, and he invited us, and we got to do the whole experience, go on the field. I was I feel like I'm in college again. But we all went out after, and there a few of them were there. It was just funny.
The Brawl of the Wild, isn't silly. It? It's a gnarly rivalry.
Yeah, it was a cool game. It was a really cool game. So I know that obviously we just talked about your career and what you do now, but I kind of wanted to ask you more questions of your backstory. What was it like growing up in Montana? Did you always want to go to MSU? How did that pan out?
I mean, it was a dream for me to grow up here, born and raised in Bozeman, go to high school here. I mean, hockey was kind of my jam, and that's why I try and preach to as many kids and parents as I can to be multi-sport athletes.
Yeah.
Is because if it was my pick come freshman year in high school, it would be to play hockey at Michigan, and my grandpa played football at Michigan State, so that was always the dream to get out of state, be the guy, go play hockey. And junior year in high school, after my junior year season, I was just burnt out of hockey. I played juniors, I had a blast with it, but I literally just burnt myself out. And I fell back on a sport I still loved, and that was football. And I was fortunate enough to still get a partial scholarship to Montana State.
Shut up. It was just a partial scholarship.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, and it was, I was getting offers from other schools like Boise State, Colorado State, but more like walk-ons. And you really have a reflection at that point to say, what do I want to do? And I'd rather be here, play in front of my friends, family that I grew up in this town and I've always loved more than anything in life.
Yeah.
And so that was the dream, and just, work my tail off to be the best I can in college here.
That's amazing. So when you were playing, when you were playing college ball, we may have to cut that, Josh. I get talk for a second. I just swallowed wrong. Okay. So when you were playing college ball, did you have any idea that it would take you into a further career?
The way that my brain is wired is I always believed in it. And I'm one of those guys that always looks at, in whatever aspect it is, if it's football, it's football. And it's why couldn't I be on the big stage? And you just got to work harder. Than how I always trained in high school related to how I trained in college is I was always the first one in the weight room, last one out, first one on the field, last one off the field. I did that all in every walk of life.
That's amazing.
And so did I think it was possible? Yeah, I thought it was possible. Did I think it's a reality? No, I knew I had to work for it. It would be very, very hard, which it was,
So we talked about this before we started filming, but you grew up on a ranch or a farm.
Yeah.
What kind of farm was that?
Horses, cows.
So it was more, proper ranch,
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably call it a ranch. My parents never have, because they, you get out in the real ranches out in the outskirts, that's 10,000 acres. Right. It's what you do for your livelihood. My parents ran a bar downtown, still do, the Cannery and the Spur.
What?
Yeah, and so
I had no idea.
That it wasn't our lifestyle. It wasn't who we were running, being part of this farm. And So doing the calving thing and whatnot, and my parents are gonna laugh because I was such a small part in it. I would work the chutes. I thought I was a rodeo clown, but I never really. They still team rope, and that was their jam. It was cool to be around. I grew up riding horses. That was really fun. But I saw how much work goes into it, and I know you're big into the horse world, and that's a whole nother level of commitment that I'll get on a snowmobile with a motor and then I will tuck that away for the summer at night and look at it.
That's right. You have to take care of it, pay any vet bills or feed bills.
Nothing like that.
Just fill up with gas sometimes.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What was your first horse's name?
Magnum.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, Magnum was the man. He was huge. I was so small. I was like a runt growing up, and so
really?
I had to climb up a rope just to get to a stirrup, and then I would like stick my knee in the stirrup just to get him, because Magnum was a mammoth of a horse. And
was he like at least 16 hands? He was a big guy.
He was big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and he was a gentle giant, so Magnum was my guy.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What color was he?
Like a tan.
Yeah, like a sorrel or something.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Get me out of the horse world right now, AC. Please.
Dude,
don't ask me any more questions.
Talk more about football now.
Yeah.
We'll get back on your lane.
Yeah.
But you are multifaceted, and I think people from the outside look at you and like your family, your business, and like your career, and they say like, well, he's just this. They put you in a box. So I think it's cool to also mention like, yeah, but you grew up when Bozeman was small town.
Absolutely.
You grew up in small town Bozeman. You were ranching. You were probably like running around downtown since your parents had the bars, but that's such a cool childhood too. And like, I love that you stuck around for college and you didn't go out of state when you could have. That's amazing. So I guess you ask a lot of people questions on yours, but I feel like you don't ever get them. So I'm like, I have a lot of questions for you, but what does a day in the life look like for you now?
It's the framework that I've always kind of dreamed of, to have the opportunity to run a business, but I have such a good, strong team here that I don't have to be here every hour, day, or anything like that. I respect my team. I think they respect me equally. And so I wake up, like going through my routine, I usually get in the hyperbaric chamber in the morning. I'm trying to take care of my brain. I've been hitting a lot in the head. So I'm doing a lot of studies and always trying to be ahead of the curve for that. I think in the NFL, I have like six buddies, 6 teammates that have killed other people or themselves. And that's in 6 years, that's like unheard of. So I don't ever want to be that statistic. And so I'm doing the best I can for my family, for myself, for all my friends, or anything like that. So I'm just trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
So I do the hyperbaric. That's first and foremost. I make my kids work out with me 4 days a week.
Really?
And they're 6 years old. And like you mentioned, they're twin boys. So it's good. It's a struggle they fight. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. And it's crazy to see them transform. Like, they're not getting 6 packs at 6 years old. They're not getting muscles on them, but just seeing their discipline get a little bit better each month. You can't even say it daily because they're just boys. They're all boy too. They're wired to be busy. And then we all kind of eat breakfast together, and then now they're going to school. I'm coming to work, and I ran like a heart rate monitor, glucose monitor on myself a couple months ago, and the biggest peak of my glucose levels was when I walked through the doors at work, because I don't know what to expect. I tell people I'm the best janitor in town, which I really do. I pride myself on. I'll fix any toilet. I like wrenching on stuff and just making sure everything is equipped and everything's right for our members to have the best experience possible. And that's kind of my job, is just to run the team, and I just help guide them at this point and see the 24,000 foot view of how this gym should operate and our next moves. And I really like that aspect of where we're at right now, because I started this almost 9 years ago, and it wasn't like that for the first 5 years, 6 years. And you just got to be more hands-on. At one point I was coaching every day, and now it's just, I can trust my team to do it, because they get the vision, they get who we are, they really embody everything that I want this place to be.
It's so cool. I love that. And we're here right now at the gym, for those that have heard the background noise also.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's great. I love it. This is where I work out, and I can attest to that it's a really cool experience. And I've lived in different places. I've lived in San Diego, Virginia Beach, North Carolina, Colorado Springs. I've worked out at a lot of different gyms, and this is my favorite. I'm not just saying that because you're here.
Yeah.
But I really love it. I love that there's like the accountability aspect with the group. The trainers are not pushy, but they're also like helpful. never feel like you guys step on my toes. If someone's correcting me, it's because they want me to have a better form and have a better workout, and I look forward to coming.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Well, it really is. I don't know what it is, but our community here is unbelievable. And I know every gym prides themselves on their community.
Sure.
Their community, ours really is special. It's like-minded people. You have stuff to do. And so we're trying to be as efficient with every minute that you're here as we can be, because everybody else has busy lives. You got to run back to Livingston. You got to go, and that's everybody. Everybody's got jobs, families, stuff to do. So this is not your gym to come and putt around and put your headphones in for the next 3 hours of your life. Like we're so boom, boom, boom. We start on time, we end on time. Every minute's accounted for. We have a recovery lab. We're trying to be as efficient as we can there. So then you can be back with your family. You can be back at work or whatever you need to be as soon as possible and maximize on that time.
That's so cool. Yeah, I've not checked out the recovery part yet. I need to.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
Yeah, sauna. You guys have a sauna.
Sauna, cold tub, hot tub. And with the protocol, we tell you how to train during the session, how to recover. So that recovery lab changes over every 4 weeks as well with the training.
Does it?
Yeah.
Like the different time frames of like each?
Well, just what you should be doing. Yeah, like you might be doing sauna longer in different phase and cold tub shorter and things like that. That's so cool. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cold plunge is really hard for me.
You need to do it. It's hard for everybody. I've been doing it for, I don't know how long, but like years, probably a decade. And it's probably the hardest thing I overcome almost every day. Like, fuck, I gotta do it again.
Yeah, gotta do it one more
You do
time.
it and you spend 3 minutes in that or 5 minutes or whatever it is for the day. And at least you tackle that and I feel better. And especially my body, I know after playing 6 years in the NFL, like I'm on a clock and I got to capitalize on everything that I do right now to maximize my time longer in life. And the longevity game is what I'm about. So I know it helps my joints, everything for the long haul.
Yeah, especially having boys and a family and a wife, like you want to be your best self for them, I'm sure. That's important to you. That's so cool. Okay, I want to hear some stories about when you were, maybe stories you haven't told other people, because I'm sure you tell the same kind of funny stories. But so when you first got to the league, was it like a big shock coming from small town Montana? Like how did that translate for you and how did you handle that transition well?
Oh, yeah, it was a shock. Well, first off, I got picked up right out of college, priority free agent. My agent called me, and then I had a selection of, out of the 32 teams, I think I had a selection of 21 or 22 teams that I was like a high priority. So they would pick me up before anybody else. My agent calls me, he goes, what do you think about Green Bay? And I was like, you're the agent. Put me on the team that I have the best chance at making the active roster. Okay, cool. Green Bay looks really good. They got so-and-so. Like, I think this is the right fit for you. You like playing in the cold weather. I was like, yeah, Green Bay, small town. Seems like it'd be a good spot for me. Right after that, I hung up with my agent. Right after that, Belichick calls me. He's like, welcome to New England. I was like, okay, we're going to New England. So where's New England, is the big question. I've never been out on the East Coast until this time. And so even flying out, I was like doing my research. Where is Foxborough? What's the ins and outs I need to know about this? Obviously, I knew who the Patriots were and Tom Brady and their dynasty, but I didn't know where I was playing or anything like that. So I flew into Boston. I was like, didn't know this was New England. Okay. And then, it's all like a learning curve for me. I'm so small town. It's funny, like my roommate, and he was actually my officiant at our wedding, Ross Ventrone, he would just make fun of me because he's a total Pittsburgh city guy. So he's used to the city life. You stick me out there, I was just like trying to go out in the forest and like catch snakes and stuff. And he's like, what is wrong with you? I was like, it makes me comfortable, So
this feels like home to me.
Yeah. I just need to go out and like try and catch bass or do something. So that was always fun, just find my own releases in the outskirts of the city.
Yeah, because I think Mass has like those like little small towns too that are like more country. I have some family up there, but it is like kind of big, especially Boston. Like anywhere in that part of New England, I guess, is like really big city. So I bet that was different.
And before, like jean shorts were a thing, because they were definitely not cool at this time. But I know that's like a trend now, and jean shorts are funny or whatever. Like I had jean shorts on, and that was just like what I wore in college. And so I remember vividly the first time I walked in the stadium, and you got to walk by Belichick's office, but Bill was walking towards me. I was walking the opposite way. I was going to the meeting room, and he had like this grin on his face. I got my jean shorts on, a little backpack. I'm just ready to go to work. And I just saw him stop. And like I felt him like turn as I passed him like 10 yards down the hallway, and I kind of peeked back, and he just got a grin. He's just shaking his head, and at that moment, I knew I had Bill. Like I knew either Bill was going to cut me instantly, or I knew that I was going to play with that guy for a long time, because he understood me, I felt like, and he did, and we always pitched each other a lot of shit, and that was pretty fun.
That's so cool. That's so cool you like have that relationship and you're able to like make him giggle with your jorts.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so he would always have side jokes. Like every practice, he would come up to me and have side jokes on Montana, and this is probably the most fans that you've ever played in front.
Yeah, I love that you guys had that kind of relationship where you just messed around and he gave you crap. And
it was like, it wasn't, after I was comfortable with Bill for the first couple years, then I felt like I could give it back to him, and we'd be in the weight room and I'd give him hell. Like it was deserved, so it was good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you ever get to see Tom when he's at Big Sky?
I flew back with Tom back when he was with Giselle. But no, not anymore. I try and leave him alone. I know when he's in Big Sky, it's family time, and so if we ever get to hang, that's cool. But I'm big on giving people their privacy if that's what they're here for.
I love that. I think I respect that way more than people that are like doing the opposite. Or you'd probably know how it is too when people bug you, especially when you are back home and you're with family and you're like, hey, I really don't have time for anything else.
Yeah.
Like with love and respect, like this is my priority right now. And
right.
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like anytime you're doing anything that's important to people, they like maybe sometimes on accident like want to like, I don't know, not take advantage of that, but like press for more time or attention. And it's like, hey, you're still just a human being. You're still like someone has a family and like wants to have your alone time too.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's important.
Tom knows I'm here, so I'm sure that at some point we'll meet up and go fish or snowmobile or something, but
if he comes to the gym and you don't text him, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. that's a long list that I have to text out.
I never forgive you. No, I'm just joking. I'm just going to come every day. No, I'm just joking. That's 100% a joke, I promise. Okay, so after getting out of the league, what was it like transitioning back to regular life? And then from there, it's kind of a twofold question. Were you married when you were playing to Danny? Were you guys married?
No, we were dating.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you got married after?
Afterwards, yeah.
Okay, so what was that transition like going from that career to like coming back to Montana, getting married, having kids? Like how did that all work for you?
I hit the ground running pretty quick. I was drawing up blueprints when I was in meetings in the NFL. My 6th year, I knew I was over it. I was at 3 ACLs. I had so many thumb surgeries. I had a lot of surgeries, and I was like, when you're not in it, that's a tough career to still perform at a high level. And my 6th year in, I was just like kind of done.
Yeah. So
I was already mapping out where I want to go, what I want to be, and I always wanted to do a gym of some sort, like a training facility, even before I played in the NFL. This was like plan A for me. I want to give back. I want to help people. I want to help kids progress. That's where like my dream career would be. Wow. The NFL was just a great story along the way, and it helped me, financially provide the means to do it.
Yeah.
To answer that question, I hit the ground running. I was drawing blueprints. This thing was somewhat being built the minute that I retired and go, because I'm too much of a busybody to not do anything.
Yeah. And I feel like that was instilled in you. I guess probably from your dad. Like he taught you how to work hard and like what like the value of a dollar is, and also like laziness wasn't an option for you growing up. Yeah,
I mean, my dad didn't. I can't give my dad the credit for that one. That one's my mom. My mom's the busiest person I've ever met. There's no like just sitting on the couch at our house. Like there's always eyes. The minute my dad, I or my sister, we ever just sat down to relax, there was another chore for us. So my mom is the problem there, and so she's the one that instilled like you always have to be doing something. And so, yeah.
Are you able to relax ever? Like, do you do stuff to relax?
I can do, because I never relaxed growing up or ever in my life. So now, I can relax a little bit. Yeah.
I think I know you fish, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what you guys do a lot.
Love it.
Do you go fishing in the winter, like different places?
Yeah. My wife Danny and I, we love going down south or whatever type of fishing. It's cool. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Alamorada is big in the Keys for fishing. My dad goes there a lot in the winter too to fish, because that's like what he's all about as well. But I'm not very good at fishing. I like just to lay out, honestly. Yeah. I'll tan, you guys catch the fish, sweet if we get to keep some. I wish I was better at it.
What kind of fishing does he do?
When he's in the Keys or here?
Yeah, the Keys.
He does a lot of bonefish.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah,
Nice.
And then the ones that you always catch that are like a dime a dozen, I think, are just a blue. I don't know what they call
Bluefin tuna and stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the tuna's really good.
Yeah.
I'm always carrying off that. I'm like, if we catch those, let's see if they're big enough to keep. Because
Yeah.
like I love when he makes those. But do you cook as well, or is it mostly Danny?
I don't know what to do in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah. The grill, I'm fine. I don't know what to do in the kitchen.
Do you have a smoker as well?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I got a sweet setup out there. I got a smoker. I got a flat top. I used to have a regular barbecue, but between those two.
Okay, you've got that.
I got it down.
You got that locked in.
Yeah.
Do you ever do like smash burgers on your flat top?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the best to use that. I'm obsessed with it.
They're legit.
So good. And we have the best beef in Montana.
Yep.
Sorry, Texans. It's true.
Yeah.
I think it's true at least. That could be a fight.
It's tough to beat.
I think so too. Okay, so yeah, you guys got married, you had your twin boys. How did you learn how to be a good dad to those boys?
I took notes from my dad. I was raised in a very fortunate way with my dad. He was always there for me. Didn't miss any of my sporting events.
Yeah.
He just taught me how to work hard, so that around the farm or wherever I was at, I worked hard and put everything into it, and that just correlated into sports. So without raising my kids on a farm or a ranch or anything like that, because I think that's kind of, it's natural. You push those kids out, but I do live out of town, so now we're just doing other things. And so make them work out with me, make them, do everything with Danny and I. If we're gonna go fishing, they're going fishing. If we're doing this, you're doing this. So they don't have many options in that sense. We do so much for the kids.
Yeah.
Take them to hockey, take them to football, take them different stuff. That I think that's a good way just to help your kids be part of your family, and they're around you enough where they're getting enough good qualities from you.
Yeah, and still discipline in like simple ways. Yeah. The workout thing is cool because I can relate to that, but it was more farm chores. Every Saturday, no matter what, we had plans on Friday night, because I cheered in high school, but yeah, it was just really fun, small town North Carolina. But no matter like how late the game was, if it was an away game and I got home like at 2 a.m., it didn't matter. Like every Saturday morning I think it was normally 7:30 or 8, we would do all our farm chores. My dad's like, if you have horses, you're taking care of them, or else I'm selling them.
Yeah.
And so we'd like muck the stalls, clean the saddles, like whatever we had to do in the barn. And then he would take us, we had like a little gun range on our property. And it's funny because I love guns now and I love hunting now, but growing up I hated this. And it's probably similar to how your boys are gonna feel one day. Like they're gonna probably go to workouts as like a relief, like you do one day. You and Danny both do. As like a release of pressure or whatever, getting endorphins. But right now they're like, oh, mom and dad are making this.
Yeah, they hate it.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I would cry. I'm like, I don't want to shoot guns. Like I would be a little baby, and I was like 7 or 8. But looking back, I'm like, thank God, because now weapons don't scare me, and I'm comfortable with them, and I can hunt, find, whatever. I can use guns, whatever capacity I need to because of that.
Yeah, that's a sweet tool to have in your tool belt.
Right. Yeah. So my dad didn't have boys. He had my sister and I. So
you're the boys.
Yeah, we did all the boy stuff. We went hunting with him, kind of like what you're saying. Like if they were doing something, we were gonna do it too.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't as fun back then because we had to. But like looking back, I'm like, well, I'm glad because now I know.
Isn't that the truth though? Like I think that if you could take a snippet of fun out of your kid's life, just a snippet. I'm not trying to be the Grinch on their whole lifestyle, but if you could take a snippet and instill all these qualities and make them, whether it's working out with me or make them work or do things like that, make them grow up just a little bit more. How much more that carries on to them being a grown adult early on in life. And I'm a grown adult now and I'm 38, but I have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad, I'm so fortunate that my parents made me work hard to enjoy it, but really to be tougher, stronger, whatever I needed to do to fulfill the tasks at hand at the time, to be able to run a business, be able to make the NFL, whatever it was. They prepared me pretty damn well from the get-go. So. Yeah,
well, it sounds like it, especially because you were saying like you were going to be the hardest worker in the room, and like essentially that's why you made it, you said, because you'd be the first in the weight room, you'd be probably studying your plays all the time when people were probably out drinking, and you're like, no, I'm going to have these memorized and locked in, and then I'll go out drinking. But
I had bigger goals, totally.
Yeah. So you were just working as hard as you possibly could. I do know someone that's in the league now who has a very similar story. Like, they had to work harder than everyone else to get to where they are, and they would see people like eat at whatever they wanted. Like, they were just that naturally gifted that they could like be the best without putting in the effort. But like you're saying with your boys, I think it means more when you have to put that extra effort in, when you have to work hard, when you have to have discipline, and it's not just this gift that comes at no cost. Because when you get gifts, like, yeah, we appreciate them, but when you save up to buy something you've wanted a long time, like, you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
You're
absolutely.
like, dude, I saved every penny for this truck or whatever.
Totally. Yeah.
So I feel like that's really cool, because that was one of my questions we kind of naturally went to, is like, what are you and Danny instilling in your boys to like help them in the future become what you guys hope they are? But you kind of already answered all of that.
Yeah, it's totally that. I don't care if they go play pro sports. I don't care what route they go in life, as long as they work hard. I every morning after we work out, we take a knee and we just go through our Fletcher 4, and I ask them what the Fletcher 4 is. Be tough, work hard, be respectful, and always have fun. Wow. If you do those four things in life every day, I am a happy dad. And so, but that's, it entails quite a bit when you're saying be respectful, work hard, be tough. Those three things especially, that's a lot to encompass if you take on every task with those 3 or 4 things, right? So.
That is amazing. Do you guys have that in your house anywhere?
No.
You need to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like it'd be cool to get it very kind of Montanan, but like even like etched in wood, like engraved in wood or something. Yeah. It doesn't need to be like a cheesy canvas thing. Like, right. Sorry to people that have those things everywhere, but
when you walk into a house, yeah.
I'm in real estate like loosely here as well, and that's like one of the like funniest things going to houses.
Every house.
Yeah, they're like different than what you decorate, and there's no hate to that.
Yeah.
But, like all like the little like sayings on canvas, I'm like, okay, all right.
If I were to have one, it'd probably be like, in this house, I believe in spanking my kids. Bring your kids here.
You know the yard signs that are like, this family, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're like different things. It's like, this family believes this and that. Like,
yeah.
Have that.
I would have so many inappropriate things on it though. Like, in this house, we ... We won't even put it out there. It'd be good. It'd be really good.
That'd be really funny, like, to do your own version of that. But yeah, I think you should get, even if it's like in the workout room. Yeah. That'd be sick. Yeah. Because then it's like a cool reminder to you. I love that you guys, did you come up with that, or was it really? Yeah,
wow. I enjoy it. I mean, it's their hell, but at some point, it's cool now though, because after a year and a half of doing it, they finished up their hockey season, and they've been playing hockey for 3 years now. They're 6, 3 years. We started when they're 3. After 3 years, after last hockey tournament they played, like little kids hockey, it doesn't even really matter, and they were bummed because they got their butt kicked. And we got in the car, and I was like, why do you think you guys lost? And they're like, I don't know, like, I could have skated harder. I was like, you probably could have done that. And then I just led them to the conversation I wanted them to have. And I was like, do you think you guys could work harder? Yeah, we could probably work harder. Do you guys think, like, when we're working out in the mornings, you gave it your all? No, we probably didn't give it. So we've been doing, for the last year and a half of working out, we've been doing 2 sets of 10 reps. Do you guys think, like, if you want to start winning these tournaments, we should probably do a little bit more? Like, yeah, we probably should. I was like, what do you think is a good number? We should probably still do like 2 sets, but we should do 14 reps of everything. I'm like, all right, you said it. I didn't say it. So the next morning, like, when it comes to working out, I was like, all right, 2 sets of 14, you think that's going to do it? Like, yeah. I was like, okay. So now it was their idea, and that's been helping quite a bit.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I like my sister and her husband parent, obviously, but it's really cool to see, like, how different people parent differently. Yeah, from your background, but, like, also from what you've learned is helpful in your career and, like, with sports. But it's such a cool life lesson because, like, they can apply that to anything. Literally not just like a game or working out or reps for like working out, but anything in life, like whether it's getting into college or passing tests. Like, that is so cool. I'm like, I need to apply this stuff to my life.
Well, just like, and when people come in the gym and I talk to somebody, male or female, usually it's females that really just want to do a pull-up. Surprisingly, females really want to do a pull-up more than males. And I'm like, I think that's one of the coolest tasks that you can do, is just be able to do a pull-up, because in my mind, I always go to like the extremes. Like if you can do a pull-up, you can pull yourself up off that cliff, save your life, get your family out, blah, blah, blah. Like you can go to the extremes of that. But in every task at hand of like working out or how I train or how my mindset is, I want to be that guy. I want to be the person that if I'm called upon, whether it's to save your life or to save Josh's life or to do whatever it is, like I want to be the guy that's done that. And I've been that guy in a couple scenarios in my life, Ray, that has nothing to do with football, but in action, has to save a life. I'm the guy and I'm comfortable enough to get in that situation. And like, that's why I think it's really important, whether you're a female, male, and you're training, whatever you're training for, it doesn't have to be for football or hunting or anything like that. It's just like, you want to be that person that is trained enough to save a life.
Wow. I think that shifts perspective of working out and like makes it a greater purpose too. If it's like, you're not just here for aesthetics, you're not just here to look a certain way in an outfit, like you're here for a real life scenario of like, that you've been in, of like, well, thank God I am in shape and I do work out because I was able to do that. That's so different too. Probably more, maybe not more so for parents, but like especially for parents.
Yeah.
Thinking about like, what if something were to happen and it's like a mom alone with her kids in the car, or like, or on a hike, like you're saying. That's different. I don't think I've ever thought of it that way, Dane.
Well, it's like,
wow.
Like Michael Jordan used to make stuff up in his head, right? And like the guy didn't even say anything to him. I think he would just turn around and be like, "What'd you say to me?" But in his mind, the guy's like, I didn't say that you were, he said, like, I forgot the exact quote, but look it up on the Michael Jordan side.
Okay.
And Michael Jordan would be like, "You're not going to kick my ass today." And the guy's like, "I never said that." And Michael, "Today's your day," you know? And then he would get, like, that's how Michael Jordan at his peak, he had to just, because nobody's going to say it to him at that time, but he had to make stuff up. So even in the weight room today, like, some days it's just like everybody, you're like, what am I doing? I'm kind of just lackadaisical about this. I'm not attacking the workout. I have to make stuff up in my mind, like the Michael Jordans, and say like, oh, if I'm in this scenario, did I just give it my all?
Wow.
So if that helps so one person.
Cool. Yeah, this is like the mental side of working out is like different. To be honest, this is like the first time I've really thought about it. But looking back, I do have better workouts on certain days that like I'm going through hard crap. Like the times, like literally, I don't know if I should get into this, but I won't get into details. But like, yeah, someone did not treat me really like well recently, and I made myself work out the entire week it happened. One, because like I knew that would get me out of the mental funk. Like for me, I work out a lot for endorphins. Like women, we struggle a lot with different emotions and hormones. Like it's just normal. Guys do too, in different ways. But like that's the one thing I know is like gonna be consistent. Like you're saying, you're in control. Like how hard I work is my choice. No one else decides that for me. So it's like maybe a control aspect, but also like I know like mentally it gets me in a better headspace. And it makes you feel freaking good. You know? But that is so interesting, Dane. I don't think I've ever thought about it that way. Yeah,
just be a psychopath and just get in your own head and make stuff up, and they'll be better off.
On a scale of Michael Jordan, David Goggins, where are you at in the middle?
Yeah, I'm a psychopath.
You err on the David Goggins. Dude, you need to have him on your podcast.
Be good.
Yeah, you guys would be funny together. I can't imagine that conversation. Let's make that happen. Oh man, that would be funny. I think he'd probably make you go running with him though.
That'd be my nightmare.
Yeah,
running's my nightmare. Like, like I watch a lot of Cam Hanes too, and like I try and do a lot of the stuff that he does. Just grab a rock and haul it up hills, and I'm like, this ain't for me, but I'll try my best, you know? Yeah, I'm not a runner. I am so not a runner.
No, I am not.
And I don't believe in running. Like, I don't think it's good for you that much. And I think I believe in hiking. I believe in, that's why at the gym, we never really just run laps or anything like that. We don't have treadmills.
Sprints, but that's
sprints. But if you're running, you usually have a plate, or you're doing plate pushes, sled pushes, you're doing stuff like that. You're loaded at some point.
Yeah, I just personally hate running.
Yeah, and maybe that's why we do that here.
So maybe that's why I like this gym so much. Because I, for a brief period, did CrossFit, and one, I got massive traps, and I hated how I looked. I was like, ew. For girls that have them that like them, that's cool. I think our light just turned off. But, you know, that's whatever. But aesthetics is, besides that, like the running part, I was like, I don't want to run 2 miles today.
Right.
I guess the only time we run is when we do the Murph, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah. Don't know what's going on with our light.
That light, it turns on.
Ooh, that's really hot. Really, really hot.
Uh-oh.
Oh, just that cord?
It's probably my freaking cheap light.
No, it's this thing.
Oh, really?
Oh. Yeah, you can use that light. We can cut out all this whole part too.
Ooh.
How are we doing on time frame, Josh? Where are we at?
We're at about 35 minutes.
Cool.
Like this.
Oh, there we go.
I got 43%, so you just keep an eye on it. I don't know. You can
You
just...
were a really good guest. You have so much good stuff to say that I've never heard anyone say. I'm like, dang, this is good.
Thank you.
I hope it's not repetitive too much for things you've already shared.
This is great.
Okay.
This is great.
Attach this right here.
Yeah, nice.
Hopefully.
I should know that Michael Jordan story because I'm from North Carolina, but I've never heard him say that.
I wish I knew it more in depth. Too. I can get it. Let me spin that.
Feels like it wants to fall over.
Oh.
Like, will it clip on that table? Would that be?
This will work, because I think I can just bend it.
Oh, perfect. Thanks, Dane.
How's that?
Sick.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
You want it to be lighter? I can get it lighter.
Nah, we can. It's good now. We can edit in post.
Okay.
I'll play with the levels a little bit.
Okay.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into any fights on the field?
I got in quite a bit of fights on the field.
Really?
Yep.
Did you ever start them?
I mean, probably. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, I was scrappy. There wasn't anything I was going to, I was willing to do anything to make it in the NFL. And so I knew as an undrafted free agent, I had to go there and compete. You know, a lot of the linebackers during drills would try and tame me down. I remember Gerard Mayo would almost try and make fun of me, like, why are you going so hard? But I'm like, I don't have a choice, dude. Like, you're a first round linebacker. You got $60 million in the bank. I got nothing. If I get fined tomorrow, I gotta go get a loan.
Wow.
You know, so there's a big difference there. And so again, I just had the attitude. I had just the attack attitude. Whether it's drills, like a lot of guys would come into drills, even in the league, and you're in OTAs and whatnot, and you're kind of hitting soft. I would just hammer people because I knew that's what it took to be on the roster.
Wow.
And that's how I made active roster week 1. I was relentless. And so Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski, those were the 2 tight ends in my class. And so I would have to go up against them all practice and mini camps, OTAs, training camp, everything. And then we had to stay after practice for a long time and do one-on-ones. And nonetheless, I played D-line in college. So Belichick moved me from DN to middle linebacker. That's a whole new position. And now you're playing against just the best tight ends. At the time, I thought they were just Joe Schmoes because they're not like first rounders. And they're both freshmen or both rookies with me. And so I'm going against Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski, and I can't stop them worth anything. And I'm just doing my best. And so I'll try and punch him in the face. And I would keep punching Hernandez in the face. And we got in so many fights, and we got kicked out of practices a lot.
Really?
And we didn't get along until really my, middle of that first season. And then we started not butting heads as much once we realized we're just kicking the shit out of each other.
Yeah. That you were just trying to make it.
We're both, and he made it. He's a third rounder, but I'm really trying to make it. And I think at that point when we got kicked out of practice, he sat next to me in the locker room and we talked through it, and then we were cool after that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I feel like that makes sense with your mentality of like, hey, this is like, I have to make this work for me. So like, I don't care what cost.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like you have to be wired like that in a lot of different aspects of life. There's things where you have to be relentless, and then there's things where you have to be compassionate and meet in the middle. Like marriage, compassion, meet in the middle. You can't carry that on. But it
just may not go well.
Yeah, and there's things even owning a business. Like it's been a lot. Like I just learn things every week in here and learn how to form a good team, how to be a good team member myself. But also, there's times where you just have to be relentless. And at the end of the day, it's my liability, it's my family, it's my business, it's my name on this. So at the end of the day, what I say stands. But we can work around that in a lot of different ways too.
Yeah, you can still find the compromising places.
100%. Like a lot of people think that, the owner holds the cards, And I look at the opposite. Like all my employees, all my members, everybody holds the cards. I'm just here as just to help them get to the end goal.
Wow. Yeah. Now it makes me want to freaking go do a pull-up right now.
Yeah.
After talking about all this. That is so cool.
Save your life.
No, for real.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm even thinking about in like horseback, if we're out in backcountry, like those scenarios now. You've got my brain working. I'm like, I'm going to have a different motivation working out than I've ever had. For
the people that can't do a pull-up out there, the best, and I just ran my buddy through this down fishing down south with, he's like, I can't do a pull-up. And it's the one thing that bothers me more than anything. And I was like, well, eccentric pull-ups. Don't use bands. Bands are a crutch. Everybody thinks like banded pull-ups and do a lot of banded, but that's not going to do it. You have to get used to your own body weight. So for anybody watching this and they want to do a pull-up, you have to start with eccentric. So eccentric meaning you have to jump up on a bar and go down slow, and go down as slow as you can. If you can make it 8 seconds, that's a good win. And do that 6 times, and then do that 3 sets of that, and then do that every day, and eventually you'll do a pull-up pretty quick. He did it. I was like, you'll do that, and you'll do a full pull-up in 3 months if you do that, 5 days a week.
And
he did it in a month.
Really?
Yeah, and he's 55. Yeah. What? And it's very common. We get people to do pull-ups around here really quick because it's possible.
We need to have that programmed in.
Yeah.
I'm like, we need to do those. I need to do them on my own, but that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like I'm learning so much today. I'm excited for people to listen to and learn more.
Yeah.
Because not that we've not had anyone that's talked about working out on here. So especially as it relates to like living out west and doing stuff outside that actually matters, like what shape you're in and if you're strong or not. And it's not just for the photos. It's for real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't the gym at all if you come here for the photos.
No,
and you know that now. That's why I respect people that come through these doors. You're not here, nobody here has their, you're not gonna meet guys with their shirts off. It ain't that kind of gym. Like it's not like the gym where you take pictures of yourself in the mirror or anything like this. This is the gym.
A selfie room.
Yeah, we don't do that. Like this is the gym where you're around people that are gonna push you and don't care. Like you're gonna be around CEOs, you're gonna be around all sorts of people, but they push and they drive so hard in their other aspects of life that this is just another part where they push and drive.
Yeah. No, I love it. I felt like, I just understood in at home and like we have similar goals. Like people here have similar goals and then I saw someone at the rodeo that I work out with here.
Oh really?
A couple, and they're like, don't you work out with Pitt? I'm like, wait, they're right behind me.
Cool.
I was like, it was just cool to like, be in town and see people that you like have gotten to know. I'm sure it happens to you a ton.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, it's so cool. Well, sweet. Let me see. We're probably rounding towards the end, and I know you have a busy day too. Like, I guess if you imagine yourself like later on in life, like maybe at your dad's age or so, and your kids are grown and maybe married and have families of their own, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind in general, like within your family, but also maybe just in Montana?
Oh, the legacy side of things. I probably don't have the answer that a lot of people, want to hear, because I don't look at life like holding a legacy. I hope that someday, when I'm gone, you throw my ashes up in the air and say that was a good guy, and everybody has a shot at tequila and throws out a couple good stories. But I think too many people sit there and they think about their own legacy too much, and they're like they almost just pry on the fact that they're going to die and they want to leave this legacy behind that they'll be remembered forever. And I don't do that at all. Trust me, back in the day, I thought a lot along those lines. I'm going to have kids and I want to, have parks named after me and monuments named after me. Now it's the complete opposite. I really think that, when I die, I'm dead and I'm gone. And then, I don't care about a legacy as much as how many lives I can change today, how much of a community I can be around today and help people today, and continue that on where I help you help a group of other people. Somebody watches this podcast, they now are more inspired to do a pull-up to be able to save their lives in a situation. I look at things like that, and that really means the most to me. If I can raise some pretty good human beings along the way with those kids, that would be a huge win. If they do the Fletcher for the rest of their life, that's the biggest win I could ask for. Be stand-up dads. It's hard for everybody, but when you're confronted with telling the truth or lying, just tell the truth. It's easier, and just move on from there. It's always easier.
Yeah, it is. It's less messy too.
Yeah.
And I think it's less hurtful, right? Like,
Yeah.
even if you mess up, being honest about it, I think is like more respectable than like lying to avoid hurting someone anyways.
Yeah.
I feel like we could go on a tangent on that one.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's harder up front, but it's better in the long term.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I feel like what I hear you saying is like, you think about your legacy as a day-to-day choice of like, hey, I'm here today. So like, what can I do right now in this moment with my day-to-day, with the time that I have to make a difference? And I think that's better. And that does naturally build your legacy without you idolizing that idea or idolizing yourself. And earlier when you were talking about your dad and how he raised you just to respect people but not to idolize their opinions, was that something that was hard for you along the way and maybe is still now, or do you feel like that was like something you just knew to do?
I mean, you always have idols. Like, I idolized Wade and Gretzky and stuff, like, as a little kid. But no, I mean, I think that's cool. You got to look up to people, whether it's in any facet of life. You need somebody to lead the charge. But at some point, I just took it in my own hands and been like, okay, that's another grown man. I'm in high school. I'm trying to be a grown man. What are we doing here? Like, I'm probably trying too early with my kids, wearing other people's jerseys. It kind of bothers me, like, I think it's cute at their age. Like, and it's like one of my, like, Hawk, he'll like want to wear my jersey to like school. I'm like, dude, that's cool, man, but you're only going to do this once you get in middle school. You're only wearing your own jersey. Like,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's
like,
right.
You're not going to be a 40-year-old man going to the bars in another man's jersey. You ain't going to do it. I'm sorry, not in this household. And so you're going to wear your own jerseys, and that's how I look at that.
It's funny because I do get the ick when I see that, but I've never understood why, and that's so true. It's like, you're a grown man being obsessed with another grown man.
Yeah, go out to Boston. It's odd. Like, and I love my Boston people, so don't hold it against me. But you go to the bar and they just have other men's jerseys on. Like, so you just sit there and idolize another man. Like,
yeah,
you could be that guy. You just go be that guy.
Why don't you do that in whatever, like, even if it's like, whatever.
Just do that. Yeah.
That's so funny. I've never thought about it that way. That's really cool. I think the way that you think is like really interesting and unique, and I feel like it's it's just a different like perspective shifting.
Yeah.
I love it.
Making people think a little bit.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, that is weird.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, was there a time in your life that, I mean, I don't know if you kind of already talked about this or not, but was there a time in your life that you were going through something really hard that you were like, I don't know, like, how I'm gonna get past this, or just a really like challenging point in your life, and then how did you make it through? And then what would you say to someone that is maybe currently going through a struggle?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've lost some of my best friends, and that was really hard. But you can always kind of work your way through that. You always wonder, like, why, the whys. For me, I've had a lot of just, getting kicked in the nuts, I guess. Whether that's surgeries. I don't know more people that anybody else in the league has gotten more surgeries than I have, like, in that 6-year time frame. Like, so every off season, like, everybody else is going to the beach and enjoying life, and I was like in the training room recovering from another ACL surgery and just going through the trenches there, and it's a dark time. But I'm fortunate, like, I haven't had like cancer or something serious where people are going through that grind. I respect so much more, and people are going through things with their kids. So, like, in the sense of, have I gone through anything really hard? I just haven't, like, I just can't even say I have, compared to people that are going through, some really, really tough times like that. And I can't even fathom it. And so I don't even have advice in that aspect, It's just like, take one day at a time. I have buddies that, are special ops guys, and they lose their buddies on the field and things like that. You don't know how you'd react until you're in that scenario. It would just be very, very hard. So it's probably not the answer you're looking for.
No, it's a great answer.
Yeah.
And I like respect that humility of being like, I don't have the best advice for what other people are going through, but you saying take it a day at a time is awesome. And I mean, it's nice, maybe like you kind of mentioned, you have buddies that have also lost friends, maybe in a different capacity, whether it's in warfare, in combat, but you've also lost friends. So I think maybe that's the key too, is having people you can relate to that have gone through something similar to be like, hey, how are you doing? Like, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Like talking about it, people like get it.
Totally.
It's kind of what, I mean, it's obviously different, but it's similar in the sense that like that was your teammate, that was someone you were close to, that's someone you saw every single day. Mm-hmm. Just like these guys are seeing their guys every single day. You go through something hard together, whether it's training for football or training for whatever training they're doing. So it's good that you probably had those people to talk to and still do.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing you can do is just have a team. It takes a team for everything in life. So the people that just live in solitude and don't have the person to bounce ideas off of or go through tough times, like I've always had just like my rocks in life. And I know that, like, I've been best friends with James. He's not my financial advisor. We've been best friends since kindergarten, and I don't even know if we've ever been in a fight. So having rocks like that literally save you from tough times. So, and I know that.
Yeah, that's great. People have known you before the success too, I'm sure, is like, it just hits different. Because you're like, yeah, you're friends with me because you're my friend.
Yeah.
There's no like selfish ambition there. It's like, you just actually care about me.
Yeah. Not
for anything I can offer you or anything you can gain.
That's still my circle to this day. Like the kids I grew up with in elementary school. You know, I now have my buddies that, you know, that come out and everything like that. But my circle is still like my buddies from middle school and stuff like that. So
that's special.
Yeah.
Did you meet Danny in Montana?
Yeah, we went to middle school, high school together.
So you've known her forever.
Yeah, she was always too hot for me though. Like, I didn't date her until like.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm lucky. Yeah.
She was too hot for you.
And she deals with me, so.
I love it. Yeah. I love that. She's a cool gal. The last question I'd love to ask you is, if you were to go back in time at any given age and look yourself in the eye and give yourself a piece of advice from what you know now, what age would you go back to and what would you say?
Well, I had a lot of like thoughts back in high school when I was grinding through the weight room. I always relate things to weight room. It changed my life. The weight room really does change, and I see it with kids that we train here. I see it because working out is one of those things that you don't see the next day. And that's what's so special about the gym for me is I sat there, I started working out in 8th grade, and I was tiny. James and I, honest to God, were the smallest kids in every class photo. We were next to each other. We didn't even like each other that much, but we were like always sitting next to each other, but we were the small kids and we had bad attitudes. And so we always had little man syndrome. We had all the things. And come 8th grade, where we just kind of had this attitude where we don't care. We don't care what people think. We just don't care. We're just going to work out. We're going to be huge. We're going to be like Jay Cutler someday. We're going to have all the muscles and nobody's going to say anything to us. That's kind of our mentality. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen even in a year or two. Like you don't get there. You just got to grind every day and put your time in, and then take care of your body, eat right. And so by the time I became really, 8th grade, I started maybe seeing things, probably not, in like later freshman year, sophomore year, I'm like, dang, this is actually kicking in. Then junior year, like something's there. And then senior year, you start seeing it. Like you're like, dang, like I actually have quads. I actually have a butt on me. This is awesome. That's what I would probably tell myself is the grind is worth it. I think everybody says it and whatnot, but it's not going to happen overnight. And anything special is worth working for and putting the time in. And that's running a business, that's running a family, it's everything. And you can't just I can't put my foot down with my kids and be like, no, you're not going to do that again. And the problem solved. You have to have so many conversations before that problem is actually out of the way. So if I were to go back in time, I'd probably go back to that time, freshman year in high school, where times are really tough for kids. You forget about your hormones. Does this girl like me or not? Am I going to go to prom in the future? There's so many questions, and you think everything happens. If I was to look at my annual guideline, I was going to get married in college, have kids by the time I was 26. There's so many things that I thought I was going to do, where it just doesn't happen like that. And so I just say take it one day at a time, grind, and work till you can't work anymore, and it really will work out. And as a kid from Bozeman, which used to be a small town, could make it, I now know it is, the dream's possible.
So freaking good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you for your insight, your wisdom, the different ways you think about things that you shared. It really inspired me, honestly. I feel like I'm motivated and pumped up to go do something. I don't even know what I'm doing after this. Yeah. I'm I got to go do something cool. Thanks for sharing your backstory, and all the tidbits of in between. And yeah, thanks for your time, Dane.
Yeah. AC, thank you, and thanks for being part of working out with us.
Yeah.
You know, showing everybody else how to grind and taking it and riding horses and doing things. That's what life's all about. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dane.
Yeah.
And so the next time on The Gold and the Grit, I'm Ann Christian.